Hello friends, it's Kristie Marcotte. In today's video, I'll be using some products from Spellbinders' brand new Seasonal Label Motifs collection. There are 5 different die sets and also a stamp set. I only have 2 of the die sets. There's one for every season and also a holiday set. I'll be using the summer, fall, and also the sentiment set. And if you are interested in any of the products I use in this video, I will have links provided in the description box below. You can also go and check out the other 3 die sets. For card design number 1, I used the August embossing folder of the month. This is called Intertwined Lattice. I used some white cardstock and embossed the background, and I also added some gold watercolor splatter. I'll be using the deboss side. Before adhering this panel on a dark brown cardstock layer, I'll put some ATG tape on the back and also some liquid adhesive. With all of that texture, I want to make sure it stays in place. Then I'll layer that panel on some teal cardstock. Put some more ATG tape on the back and add my card front onto a card base. All of my cards in this video are American Standard A2 size. 4 1/4 inches by 5 1/2 inches. For this first card, I'll be using the fall set. I cut out that background window from some pattern paper from P13. I believe it's the 4 Seasons Autumn set. And if it is still available, I will have a link in the description box. For the very detailed front piece of the window, I used some white shimmer cardstock. Just glue those 2 pieces together using liquid adhesive. Then I'll adhere that full piece on the left side of my card. Now I'll bring in lots of different die cut pieces. For the pumpkins, I used some more of the P13 collection and also the little pink berries. I used some brown cardstock for the stems of the pumpkin. Just glue those pieces together. And now I'll start adding the pink berries onto the brown branches. And I have 3 of the branches, so lots of little pieces to glue together. It does help to have a pair of reverse tweezers to pick up those teeny tiny pieces. I'm using Barely Art liquid adhesive. It adheres quickly and I've never had anything fall apart using it. For the 2 branches, I used some gold pearlescent cardstock. I have just a couple more berries to attach. Now I'll start adhering all of those images onto my card. I'll start off with one of the gold branches and also one of the berry branches. And I'll glue those down using liquid adhesive. Once those are in place, I'll add one of the pumpkins. The next pumpkin, I put some foam dimension on the back side so I could pop it up. And then the final pumpkin, I'll put foam dimension on the back side, except in the area where it sits on top of that other pumpkin. I'll use a little bit of liquid adhesive. So after I have all of my pumpkins in place, I can attach the rest of the branches. And on many of them, I am trimming off the very bottom, then just tucking them behind the pumpkins. This die set does include several other images. There's 3 different leaves and also an acorn. But for this card, I decided just to go with the pumpkin and the 2 different branches. Once I have that final branch in place, I'll add the sentiment, and I've already stamped this out, Fall into Autumn. I'll be adding it on top of that bottom pumpkin. Before adhering it to my card, I first put a scrap cardstock piece on the very right side, and then also some foam dimension. I'll remove the release paper, add liquid adhesive, and adhere it in the lower right-hand corner. Then to finish off the card, I'll add some gem stickers from Spellbinders. This is their gold mix. I'll add a couple of them around the sentiment and a few of them around the pumpkins and branches. So there is my finished card, and I did make 2 using this design. I love making fall cards, so I know I'll get a lot of use out of this die set. And you could use just some of the smaller images if you don't want that large intricate window. Now moving on to card design number 2. This time I'll be using the summer set. For pattern paper, I have another P13 collection. This is their mini creative pad. It's full of a bunch of different wood designs. For cardstock, I'll be using the Playful collection from scrapbook.com. The colors are fun and cheerful, perfect for a summer card. I selected one of the wood grain pattern papers and cut out this label. Then I used the same die and cut out a second piece from some dark blue cardstock. I'll adhere those two together, just offsetting them slightly. I will be popping up that label piece, so I put some foam dimension on the back side. For the sentiment, I'll be stamping it directly onto the card in the upper right hand corner. This is, in every season there is something to celebrate. I think that's a beautiful sentiment. I did use my mini MISTI so I could get a nice solid impression. Then I'll layer that piece on some charcoal colored cardstock. For a little extra detail, I'm adding some Love from Lizi peel-offs toward the lower portion of the card. This is clear glitter and it does have a silver mirror finish on the edge. I'm adding the largest width and also the medium width. And I'll just use my craft knife to trim off the very ends. Then I'll put some ATG tape on the back and add my card front onto a card base. For this card, I am leaving 1/8 of an inch of the white card base showing. Now I'll remove the release paper and add that label die cut piece on the left side of the card. Next I'll add this stitched oval die cut. Has all the tiny polka dots on it, and I did cut out a solid piece of the oval so I could glue those two pieces together. I cut these out from some white shimmer cardstock. And I have all the other little die cut pieces to assemble on the left side of that label die cut. I have some of the branches, 2 different flowers, and also a couple of butterflies. And all of the cardstock colors are from the Playful collection that I showed earlier in the video. I love these fun colors. For most of the pieces, I'm gluing them down using liquid adhesive. And I didn't use all of the dies. There's still some more flowers. There's also other pieces you could add to the center of your flower. I love all the different options that Spellbinder provides. For the butterfly, there are 3 different pieces. You have the main background, you have that detailed portion of the wings, and also the body with the antenna. Just glue all those 3 pieces together. And it's hard to see in the video, but most of the dies also have some nice etched detail. For the butterflies, I will be popping them up using foam dimension. I'll adhere one of the butterflies on top of the floral area on the left side of the card and the other on the right side underneath the sentiment. Still going to add just a couple more leaves, trimming off the bottom so I can easily tuck them behind the label die cut. Then to finish off the card, I'll add some more gem stickers from Spellbinders. This is their crystal mix. I'm almost out, so I didn't have as many options for sizes. We'll put 3 of them around the sentiment and also some in the center of the yellow flowers. So there is my finished card, and I did make 2 using this design. This was another fun card to make. I just love those bright, cheerful colors. Now here's another look at the 4 cards I made using Spellbinder's brand new Seasonal Label Motif die sets. If you are interested in any of the products I use in this video, I do have links provided in the description box below. Spellbinders has been releasing a ton of great Christmas products, but it was fun to take a break from Christmas cards. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.